Today on Open Minds UFO Report, a witness videotaped 3 sphere UFOs forming a triangle. 2 UFOs were also videotaped over Seattle, and the site of a famous alleged UFO landing in Wales is up for sale. Your Open Minds UFO Report starts now. Hello and welcome to the Open Minds UFO Report. My name is Alejandro Rojas. A witness in East Los Angeles reported watching and videotaping 3 bright yellow spheres that formed a triangle shape in a UFO sighting report submitted to the Mutual UFO Network, known as MUFON. The witness was sitting outside on a balcony at 8 p.m. on June 17, 2016. The witness said he noticed a hovering silvery object in the sky. He thought it was a balloon at first, but the intensity of the brightness due to the reflection of the sun made him think it might be something more mysterious. He decided to look at the object through binoculars but could not make out the shape, so he then tried to capture the image in his telescope. The witness wrote, "I decided to take out my telescope, which has an attachment where I can hook up my Android phone since I like taking pictures of the moon and the planets once in a while at night. The object began to move slowly and I was struggling to capture it through my telescope until I was finally able to get it on my phone." The witness began video recording the object. At first I thought it was balloons, once again because it was 3 spheres that were attached to each other, but they began to move in a circular motion, and once in a while the 3 spheres would separate from each other and come back together. The witness ruled out balloons. The 3 spheres together formed a triangle shape and were bright yellow, almost shining. I don't know if it was due to the sun hitting the object or what. The object would move around as if it was out of control, but as it was moving in one direction, it would suddenly move to another direction. At one point in the video, a white sphere passes by. I was unable to stay with the other object, or I would have lost the 3 sphere objects. Finally, I was unable to track the object because the arms that make my telescope move were unable to move further, and I lost the object. The sun was setting and clouds began to move in, making it difficult to see the object any longer. The object was real high in the sky because it disappeared behind the clouds. California MUFON State Section Director Denise Marcel is investigating. In another recent MUFON report, a witness in Seattle, Washington reported watching and videotaping 2 highly reflective squared UFOs. The witness was outside during daylight hours and noticed 2 stationary points of lights in the sky on June 21, 2016. "I told a coworker to go grab my bag, which I keep a camcorder in, while I kept an eye on the 2 objects," the witness stated. "I don't believe they were giving off their own light, but rather reflecting the sunlight. I turned on my camcorder and attempted to zoom in on the objects, but it was difficult since they were so small and the camera had a hard time focusing in on them." The witness was eventually able to zoom in on one of them, but still could not identify the craft. "When I got home and was able to view the footage, the object appeared to be a highly reflective squared, meaning sharp edges, not curved, capital H. It had 2 long squared pillars with a short bar in the middle, like a capital H. The witness continued to videotape the objects. "I recorded them for some time and then they slowly went behind the building. I went to put my camcorder away only to see them again but further to the right. So either they came back almost to the point where I originally saw them, or there were 2 more that I didn't see when I saw the original 2 objects. Then those 2 eventually drifted behind the building as well." Commenters on YouTube have suggested the object could just be a balloon. Others suggested a drone. However, many are not convinced of either of those suggestions. Let us know what you think. Washington MUFON State Section Director Timothy Ward is investigating. In 1977, there were a string of UFO sightings in Wales that included alleged UFO landings and alien visitation. The incident is referred to as the Broadhaven Triangle, and now one of the primary locations of the incident is up for sale. Formerly the Haven Fort Hotel, the building looks like it is out of a period television show. It is right off the cliffs of the picturesque Pembrokeshire coastline. While it does not look like a place where an alien visitation might have occurred, if they were in town for sightseeing, it's a great choice. According to Wales Online, the current owner, Frances Granville, says she first heard about the alien visitations when her father wrote her a letter while she was in Spain. Granville says her father's letter claimed that her mother had seen a UFO and 2 aliens. It was early morning and Mom was woken by a buzzing noise and she thought she'd left the gas boiler on. Once downstairs, she realized the noise was from outside, recalled Granville. She looked out and saw about 100 feet away an oval object she could only describe as a spacecraft with light slowly land and 2 figures emerge in silver suits, Granville continued. She was terrified because the figures, although reminiscent of men, had exceptionally long arms and legs. Their heads were covered by helmets. She called them creatures. After Granville's mother called her father over, the craft and the aliens had disappeared. However, upon examination of the area, they found a small crater in the ground. Fortunately for Granville's mother, she was not the only witness. 14 students at nearby Broadhaven Primary say they also saw the UFO land, and they all drew pictures of what they saw. Others also claim to have had strange experiences. Francine says, at the farm across St. Bride's Bay, the farmer's wife said she heard scratching at the window and saw the 2 creatures looking in. Lots of people in the country saw the craft. According to a book on the sighting titled The Watchers, written by Neil Spring, a local minister of parliament, Nicholas Edwards, commented on the events. Apparently, Edwards reported at the time, I am being inundated at the present time with representations about UFOs said to have been seen in Pembrokeshire. Granville's property looks a bit like a small castle. It is on 4.6 acres and the sale includes the pebble shoreline and beach at the base of the cliffs. The beach even has its own name, Setlands Bay. The home has a lounge area, a restaurant, a commercial kitchen, and 14 guest rooms. It is the perfect location for an enterprising UFO enthusiast who would like to get into the UFO tourism business. For more information about the Broadhaven Triangle sightings, we included a documentary found on YouTube in our posting of this story at openminds.tv. That's your Open Minds UFO report for today. You can find these stories and more at openminds.tv. We post fresh UFO news daily. You can also follow us on Twitter at OpenMindsTV, and you can find us on Facebook. You can now view lectures from the International UFO Congress on our Open Minds UFO video portal. For one low price, you can gain access to an archive of lectures and other Open Minds production videos. We don't charge for a vast majority of our content, nor do we ask for donations, so this is also a great way for you to support us and make sure we can continue to provide you with UFO updates and events. We have also opened up registration for the 26th Annual International UFO Congress. Speakers will be listed soon, but if you want to get your tickets at hugely discounted prices, order your super early bird tickets now at ufocongress.com. Let us know if you enjoyed today's episode by liking the episode on YouTube and leaving us your comments in the section below. You can also download our podcast Open Minds UFO Radio on iTunes or at openminds.tv/radio. Thanks again for joining us today for OpenMinds.tv. I'm Alejandro Rojas.